Hi guys, back with PGSC here. Today we're with Terry and he's going to be showing us his Cyber Angel build.
I mean, you say Cyber Angel, it's more like fairies and friends deck, but we'll try to work our way through it. So first we play the best Cyber Angel. We play 3 Cyber Angel Benton. For those of you who don't know, Cyber Angel Benton has the effect whenever she's tributed, I can search for a light fairy, which is pretty much your entire deck, to be honest. So, I mean, you have to play 3. To follow it up, we play 2 Cyber Angel Edison. Edison's effect is when she is ritual summoned, I can add a ritual spell from either my deck or my graveyard, so that's pretty useful. And these two together are a pretty good combo. The other effect is if she's tributed, you can give a ritual monster a boost of 1,000. All ritual monsters control a boost of 1,000 attack and defense, so it can become up. The currently last Cyber Angel monster I play is 1 Cyber Angel Natasha, and I know I said Cyber Angel Benton is the best Cyber Angel, but Natasha is pretty close. So you can ritual summon her, you know, obviously. She has 3 effects, so any card with 3 effects is going to be broken. You can target 1 face-up monster you control, and you can gain life points equal to half its attack, which is pretty cool. You can, if a ritual monster you control will be targeted for an attack, you can negate the attack. Not hard once per turn, so you can pretty chill with it. But its best effect by far is while it's in your graveyard, you can banish 1 Cyber Angel monster and target 1 monster your opponent controls. And if you special summon this card, and if you do, you can take control of that monster. And that, again, ladies and gentlemen, isn't a hard once per turn. So you can see the fun you can have with that.
So you can just link away, summon,
away,
back.
summon.
Yeah. You keep stealing your opponent's stuff.
This could be there's so many options you can do with it. It's pretty good. And then
a lot of best builds don't seem to play that. Why do you think that is?
Because I feel like as I'm going to probably mention a few times throughout this deck, that most builds focus on like a Herald Turbo deck thing, so building sit on a Herald and negate a bunch of things, and well, you can play that way, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with it. I like to try to change things up. I prefer maybe possibly going second or try to find unique things I can do with the deck. The last ritual monster I play currently is my favorite of 2, Zephyr, Queen of Dragons. She's just the pre-prep target of the deck. I mean...
Is she your favourite because she's ulti?
No, she was my favourite because she's a cool-looking dragon. But, I mean, her effect's fairly decent. During the end phase, if this card is ritual summoned this turn, or if a light monster sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard, I can activate one of 3 effects, which is either draw 2 and discard 1. Discard 1 random card from my opponent's hand, or add 1 light monster from your graveyard to your hand. So I just like Zephyr because of the utility of its effect during the end phase, and to be honest, I mean, you could play literally any light. You can play Herald in place of this, if you can change the ratios. This is what I prefer. And then we're going to go through some of the one-off cards before I go to some of the engines. So we have one of our newer cards of Cyber Egg Angel, which is when it's summoned, I can add 1 Machine Angel spell or Ritual Sanctuary from my deck to my hand. The new Machine Angel spells are iffy, but this lets you search for your ritual spell card and one of the best cards in your deck, your Ritual Sanctuary, your field spell, which we'll get to in a moment. We play 1 Cyber Petite Angel. When it's summoned, I can add 1 Cyber Angel monster or 1 Machine Angel ritual from my deck to my hand. So it's another searcher, just nice one-of just in case I need it.
As a ritual deck, you'll only be playing a few normal summons. So
yeah, so it's just that kind of thing.
Have you not thought about Manju or Senju?
I wanted my normal summon to be a little bit more impactful than searching, and hopefully, and that'll probably come through to the engine when I show them. I play 1 Eva. I mean, it's a pretty useful card because it can search out quite a few targets in this deck, but if it's sent to the graveyard, you can banish up to 2 other light fairy monsters from your field or graveyard, then add the same number of level 2 or lower light fairy monsters with different names from your deck to your hand, except for Eva. And you can only use this effect once per turn. So currently Eva can search out these 2, which is quite nice. It's going to search out the next card I'm going to show. It could search out... it's going to search out another card I'm going to show, and it can search out a lot of other cool targets. For example, you can search any of the Herald of Light, monsters like Herald of Orange Light.
Yeah, the main deck Heralds.
Yeah, so that could be pretty cool. Excuse the proxy, but this is a proxy for Trickstar Lilybell because it's a level 2 fairy, light fairy. Who would have guessed it? So it could be searchable off Ava, it could be searchable off Ben 10, and it's just a nice little like sort of extender because you can special summon for free if it's added from your deck to your hand. And the last one of is Art Lord Christia. Doesn't really need to be explained. Do you really want your opponent to special summon monsters? No. So those are it for these monsters. Next I'll move on to my engine.
Even if they get rid of it, at least you get a monster back when it's summoned, so you're good to go for the next turn, hopefully.
For the engines, it's a tried and true engine for, I feel like, sort of the Cyber Angel kind of thing. I play 3 Star Seraph Scepter and 3 Star Seraph Sovereignty. This is what I meant by impactful normal summons. I mean, this searches a card on summon as well, like Monju. May not be a ritual monster, but it still searches. And these two in tandem together gets you so much advantage. You can draw up to like 2 cards, pop a card if using Scepter's effect. Once it sees summon, there's so many options. It's I just really would struggle to cut this from the deck. I really do enjoy the engine. And then the next engine I play, which I think some builds have done before, some haven't, but I still like it just for the advantage it can give me. There's the Fluffle engine of 2 Fluffle Bear, 1 Fluffle Wings. Sorry, the 2 Fluffle Bear, 1 Fluffle Wings, and the 3 Toy Vendor. So this engine's pretty cool because of the ritual spell that we play, Ritual Sanctuary, and the fact that Fluffle Wings is a like very searchable target. So if you don't know, if Toy Vendor, you can discard a card, draw a card if it's a Fluffle monster, special summon the monster from your hand. If not, just send it to the grave. But its other effect is that when it's just sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Edgem Sabers or another Fluffle monster. So you can search any of these, but there's a typical combo string where if you open Ritual Sanctuary and say a pre-prep, you can really get this going because you can discard this for the Ritual Sanctuary, add Ben 10, search the Fluffle Bear. You can then discard the bear to set another Toy Vendor. If you tribute Ben 10 for the Ritual Summon, you can add Fluffle Wings, activate the Toy Vendor, discard the wings, and then you can banish a bear and the wings to draw 2, destroy this, and then search for another bear. So it's a bit of deck thinning, it's a bit of draw power, and so far I've liked it in the deck. So that's it for our monsters and engines, and now basically we're on to our spells. Basically all the spells in our deck are either search something or get us a way to search something. So we start off with the best feel spell, in my opinion, of Ritual Sanctuary. So what Ritual Sanctuary does is that you can discard 1 spell card and add 1 light ritual monster or 1 ritual spell card from your deck to your hand, which is pretty nice, just getting rid of any dead spells or multiples just to search out something useful to me. But its second effect is also where it shines, where you can shuffle in any number of spell cards from your graveyard into your deck, then target 1 light fairy type monster in your graveyard, whose level is equal to that number, and you can special summon it. It's each effect's once per turn, but the utility is just pretty good. I mean, and then to
Your little Cyber Angels, do they get their effect when they're special summoned from grave?
Yeah, just 1 summoned as well, so it's pretty good. You can special summon the Star Seraph Scepter off if you've already sent it away and bring it back to start a combo string. The special summon just comes really handy. And if you're really, if you're feeling, really, really sacky and you get 8 spells in Christia Engrave, then, you just deserve to win at that point. The next thing is just, 2 terraforming, self-explanatory, to search out our Ritual Sanctuary. Then, I'm pretty sure a lot of these cards are just going to make sense because next is 3 Preparation of Rites, add a level 7 or lower ritual monster from your deck to your hand, and or add a ritual spell from your graveyard to your hand.
So you're not playing any of the bigger ones, so you can search all your ritual monsters?
Yeah, just every single one. So it has, what is it, about, let's see, 8 targets in my deck, which is pretty nice. And, it's also just a free spell you can activate pretty much at this point to fuel your graveyard for Ritual Sanctuary. Then 3 pre-preparation of rites. It's your +1. It gets you your Saphira and its ritual spell. Not really much else to say. Again, you can change this out for, say, something like Herald, which, if you feel that way inclined, then go for it, but I still just like my Saphira. Next up, we have 3 Machine Angel Ritual. It's the ritual spells for Cyber Angels. It can summon any Cyber Angel, and that's pretty self-explanatory. But its other neat effect, which people never really remember, is that if a light monster or monster is on your field to be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish it instead. So it's quite nice protection for all like little things. At one point, I've just sat on a Christia and protected it with 3 Ritual Sanctuaries, which can be quite nice.
Do you not like the Machine Angel Absolute Ritual?
It's an interesting card, and in a different build, perhaps I'd use it. For those of you who probably don't know, Machine Angel Absolute Ritual can shuffle in fairies and warriors from your graveyard into your deck to ritual summon as well. So for certain things, if I need to recycle, it could be very useful. But I haven't tested it out that much. Hopefully, in another build that might be coming up very soon, I can show you. The only other ritual spell we play is 2 Hymn of Light for our Saphira. I mean, it's pretty, again, self-explanatory, but it also has a neat effect like Machine Angel Ritual, where if a ritual monster you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish it instead. And then the last 2 spells in my deck, and the last 2 cards of the deck, are 2 Foolish Burial Goods, because it can send, well, any spell card. Sometimes you might just want to fool your Ritual Sanctuary. Other times you can send your Toy Vendor to get your engine going. Sometimes, if you're really stuck, you can use Foolish Burial and the prep. You can just send the ritual spell if you have a ritual monster. Use prep to add the second thing you need and add back the ritual spell. So that's always a neat little interaction.
Or you can send the ritual spell that gives you protection.
Yeah, there's just loads of like little applications that you can do with this, but that's it for the main deck. Now the extra deck is a little bit more how do I say, not to put together, because it's a ritual deck, or a lot of your combos are pretty much like main deck, but you can I'll show a couple of cards. So for your stick and chair combo, you always have the option to Exceed Summon. So the 2 targets you typically go for, like say going first, would be your Evil Swarm or Bars, which has 3 effects. You can only activate it once while it's face up on the field. Well, each effect. The effects are, you can either target one monster your opponent controls. Sorry, target one card your opponent controls. There's not even played this in such a long time. Return the target to the hand. You can send one random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard, or you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard and banish that target. It's a pretty cool card. Going first. It's because you can send a card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. That's the typical application I'd use it for if I'm going first. And then the second exclusive card we play is Satella Knight Deltaros, because it's another it's another rank 4. It's easily summonable through the stick and chair. It has a really interesting first effect, which I even forget sometimes. When this card is exclusive material, your opponent can't activate card or effects in response to, like, your summons, which can be quite nice for protecting a ritual summon, its own summon, and then it can destroy. Also, the fact you can detach material to destroy a card your opponent controls. But the best part is with the stick and chair combo is you can Xyz into Deltaros. Since his Xyz summon was successful, you can activate the stick's effect to pop a card, because it's been used for an Xyz monster with 3 materials, and Deltaros will protect it from being responded to, which is quite nice. It's a free pop.
I don't think you mentioned the stick and chair combo. The reason you've picked these is because you have to go into one that requires 3 materials.
Yeah, that's also, this is, I mean, you can play other Xyz, but ideally 3 is the magic number when it comes to the stick and chair combo.
Well, I liked Violent de Sigma. That was the one I liked. You equip one of your opponent's monsters to it, and when you attack a monster with the same attribute as the equipped monster, you can just destroy the monster straight away. So it can get rid of boss monsters, and if you're playing a 1 attribute deck, you can just it can be good against, say, Blue Eyes. They're all light, they're all big. It can just help you get over them.
That's true. Those are the Xyz I'm playing. Again, there's loads of options. Like, I'm going to show you a really odd set of synchros, despite not seeing a tuner in this entire deck, because I used to play a interesting card I can find. So another target I used to play was something like DD Sprite. It's a free searchable level 1 tuner that you can either just, if it's in the grave, it's 1 spell cost with Ritual Sanctuary to special summon, or you can banish a monster face up from your field to special summon it, which can be useful in some cases. And the sort of synchros you could play, because Natasha's a 5, you can play Stardust Charge Warrior just to get that extra draw. You can play Metaphys Horus to negate a face-up card your opponent controls, which could be quite nice. For your 7s, because your Ben 10 and Eda 10, your Ben 10, Eda 10, and your Saphira are level 6s. You can play Dawn Dragster, which is a light, which is quite nice because it can be protected with Machine Angel Ritual, and it can negate spell/trap effects and activations. And then just good old Black Rose if you want to really just nuke the board. And again, because of your Machine Angel Ritual, you can protect your light monsters on the field, which can be quite nice. You can play also. I like to play also some rank 6s. You can play anything, but the only mainstay I would say is Beatrice because, well, she's light. She's a fairy. She can send cards from your deck to your grave, which could be quite nice. You can send the extra fairy you need for Christia.
Ava. You
can send Ava. You can send the toy vendor. You can just send quite a few things. It's just come up, and even like say if you want to get your stick and chair combo, you open the chair, but you don't have the stick, and you have Ritual Sanctuary 4 spells in grave. You can just send the stick, and carry on from there. And then it's just the last thing are links, which I really don't end up making that often because it's just never it can come up, but the extra deck for this deck is basically just a little toolbox.
I guess it could be useful with Natasha to get
really big guys out. You can
put it back in grave.
Again. At one point, I think I've done it. I think 4 times, which is really cool. Just Natasha take a monster, link away. Natasha take a monster, link away.
I think that was against me.
Probably. It's a fun time. It's fun times.
Not for me.
Yeah. I mean, one I say that you should play is Hippo Shinigami because it's 2 lights, easy. It gives all your light monsters a boost. It's also a light fairy, which is quite nice. It adds back a light monster when it's destroyed. So I mean, it's all around pretty good. And then also because nearly everything you play is a light fairy, you have to play it while it's still legal. Summon Sort because you can get some really cool plays off. You can summon, say if you got your toy vendor and your bear, but you're missing, you have fairy and gray on your field, but you're missing your, say, wings. Target the fairy, special summon wings. You can special summon Ava out, link away. You can get like 2 new resources, like either the Lily Bell or something you might really want in hand. It's just, what can I say? Summon Sork in before she gets banned. And then, I mean, at this point, you could play, quite frankly, anything. There's a Nightmare Cerberus for you. That's
any of the nightmares, really.
Any of the nightmares. What I'm actually hoping to get towards is an interesting play with Nightmare Griffin, because you can hopefully set something really nice. You can stop your opponent's special summon monster effects. And it's also just conveniently a light, so you can protect it with your Machine Angel Ritual, which is always pretty funny. I think that's pretty much it for the deck profile, really. There's loads of possible plays. We might do test hands. I might actually have a more finalized build I'd be able to show, but I'd just like to thank you all for listening.
Any honourable mentions for the deck that you've considered?
So you can also play the Venus and Shine Ball engine because it's a searchable light fairy. I've seen you can play obviously incantations because ritual support. They're interesting. There's so many just random interesting fairy texts you can play. You could play a Trickstar engine. That could be pretty cool. You can play. At one point, you can play a random card called Victoria, which is probably a bit more prevalent in a dragon-based meta, but you can it can take control of your opponent's dragon monsters, which is pretty nice. You can even play the one cool tech that I saw that I really wanted to try out was that Vanity's Ruler, which stops your opponent from special summoning monsters, but not you. And it's a light fairy, searchable, and you can get quite a bit of tribute fodder out from this deck, I think. So that's another pretty cool attack. Basically, just go onto some database, go onto Dueling Book, search up Light Fairy, see what text you could possibly find, really.
Alright. Well, thanks. We've been PGSC. We'll be back with more less than relevant decks that we're trying to make more relevant. So please like and subscribe.